second of the 747s is going to go out down towards the airfield here at Heathrow. You can see she's going to taxi to the right to the north runway, and then she will head out westwards towards the west, one going to Gloucestershire, one going to Campbell. The other plane is actually sort of down that direction, just out of shot, but beyond all these stuff, you can see a lot of people have come out for this really great moment. I mean, they're just magnificent aircraft. Look at the engines there getting ready. And then the two planes might do a simultaneous takeoff, but it's touch and go. It's been changing by the second, really, whether that's possible because of the weather. It's not an easy thing to do here at a live airfield. You've got to remember that Heathrow, yes, the pandemic's meant that there's less traffic here, but it's really still operating. And it's an incredible operation that they're doing here to bring these two planes at a precise time. We can really see that great image of the planes moving towards their final flight. And let's bring in a couple of people who know all about these aircraft. Ralph Thomas is an engineer, very experienced at looking under the bonnet, so to speak, of these planes. What is your favourite thing about them? Why are they so special?
They're really special. They're an iconic aeroplane. They've been with BA for at least, well, half of its existence, really. So we celebrated our centenary last year, and we've had the jumbos with us for 50 years. So it's a big part of our history. Lots of fond memories for everybody, and it's a sad day to see them go. It really is.
How long does it take to service one of those planes? How many people? Give us a sense.
It depends on the type of servicing, but it could be anywhere between 24, 48 hours, 40 people per aircraft. It's big work. It's a big aeroplane. There's lots of people. It takes a long time.
Well, someone wiping away. Are they tears, Julie? I don't know whether they're tears or they're raindrops, but Julie worked as cabin crew for years on board these planes. You've been with BA for decades. What does it mean to you personally at this moment? They're really about to leave Heathrow for the last time.
It's incredibly emotional, a mix of emotions, I think. You know, so proud to have worked on them. They're absolutely majestic and recognisable around the world. So it's just an extremely emotional moment for me, to be honest with you.
What are your fond memories? What are the things that come to mind? What do people say when they got on board to see that double deck, the glamour?
They used to say there's stairs, there's an upper deck, and it's like a lounge. It's so big. You know, it was just a magnificent aircraft to work on. I've loved every minute of my career here at British Airways. Working on the 747 is one of my highlights, genuinely.
Okay, we can see the plane which has that classic livery from the sort of 70s, 80s at Charlie and Louise. That's now turning. Look at her. Brilliant. The tail of that plane is level with a 6-storey building. It's incredible. 400 passengers, but it's empty today apart from the 3 pilots. And soon they'll head off.
Tom, I think the image we can see is the one above you, slightly above you, I think, looking down. And we can see clearly, I think the 2 aircraft, one sort of to the foreground, one a little further back. How does this simultaneous takeoff happen?
Well, I'm still not 100%, if I'm honest, if that simultaneous takeoff is actually going to happen or whether one will head out first. No, I'm getting a, you know, it's off. No, so the simultaneous takeoff, sadly, because of the weather, cannot happen. I don't think the visibility really is just good enough for them to do that because, as I said earlier, it's a really complicated task. This is a live airfield. You know, there are flights going out to destinations just before and just after, and therefore they can't get the 2 planes out at the same time. So they'll both depart now from the north runway over there, and they will head off, that's westwards, one going to Kemble in Gloucestershire and the other to South Wales, St Athan.
And we can get a real sense, Tom, we can see people there in the foreground, all in their high-vis jackets. You know, this is a sort of emotional moment for some people, isn't it?
Yeah, real emotion. There's a massive buzz here airside. You know, it's a real privilege to be here. They are fantastic planes. You know, I'm probably getting a bit too excited about that, but, you know, you have to go on board, you have to feel, you know, how ginormous they are up close. I mean, those engines themselves, Ralph, I think, was telling us they weigh 7 tonnes a pop.
6 to 7 tonnes, yes.
Yeah, 6 or 7 tonnes each single engine. There's 4 of them, remember. The wheels came up to me like this earlier in the programme. You can hear them cranking up, and as you say, Louise, look at all the staff. You know, British Airways, they say they are a family. It's a giant company. And yes, they've had some really tough times, but now, there we go. It's off. The first plane. The visibility isn't great, I have to say, but here it comes, and it's coming towards our other airside camera, so we're covering this in lots of different angles for you this morning because it is a great moment. There she goes, down the runway. Fantastic. Julie, we're going to bring you in cabin crew. Come on, how are you feeling?
Oh, so tearful, sorry, it's just so emotional.
Come on, it's fair enough. You said to us the other day, you feel attached to this hunk of... there she goes up in the air.
Amazing, really, really sad to see her go, but just such a shame about the weather, but amazing, absolutely incredible. Sorry.
That's great. You are wiping away the tears this morning. You're wiping the tears away, as well as the rain, of course, this morning. But there she goes, the first plane, the first 747 of 2, and the second one is now heading off as well. It is steaming down the runway. Can probably show you that in a second. There's Julie waving. Great, lovely moment, Julie. How are you feeling?
Really emotional. Sorry, I know I keep saying the same thing, but I'm a bit choked and lost for words at the moment because I was really lucky to be the last cabin crew member to walk on her the other day, and I'm really honoured and privileged to have had that opportunity. So.
You met royalty, you entertain royalty, stars on board for decades.
Yes, I have. Very, very privileged.
There goes the next one up in the air. Brilliant. I have to say, through the clouds, you guys at home have got a much better view than us, because down here through the clouds it isn't great weather, but she looks magnificent. The last 747-400 of the BA fleet to depart from here at London Heathrow, the headquarters of British Airways, of course, and all the staff are out, and there is a lot of emotion, guys. I mean, I know these are just planes, but you know, it's been difficult during the pandemic. You talk to anyone in aviation from any airline, any airport, and they've really, really suffered. People have lost their jobs, they're losing their jobs. The airlines are really struggling, and this is a nostalgic moment. It is a moment to celebrate in amongst all that doom and gloom, and really celebrate these planes and their history.
Yeah, Tom, I mean, we did get a very good view, didn't we?
We got the best view, Tom.
Disappearing into the clouds. I mean, it's not perfect conditions at all.
I was jealous. I got my iPad at least.
Yeah, we did get a good view. And as you say, I mean, the decision about retiring these planes dates back some time and predates the pandemic, of course. But there is a certain symbolism, of course, because of the problems the industry more widely is facing.
Yeah, really, very much so. I mean, you know, we had news of more job losses at the Manchester Airports Group yesterday. It's happening here at Heathrow, it's happening at BA. That's the sort of doom and gloom, and it is a very difficult time. But these planes are so magnificent. They've been going for so long. It was such a groundbreaking moment. They were brought in 1969, the original version, 1989 when they joined the BA fleet, this latest version. And everyone is really gutted to see them go this morning.
Oh, gosh, Tom, thank you so much for bringing us that live here on BBC Breakfast. I'm going to let you get in from the rain because we can hardly see him anymore. But didn't we get an amazing view of them just disappearing into the clouds as they retired?
View.